Good morning and welcome to all BSc second year students of Fishery Science in online lecture series of semester 4th, paper number 9th, Fish Gear and Craft Technology. In this Fish Gear and Craft Technology, we are studying the unit first, which is the most complicated, broad and very vast unit, in which we have studied different points, different aspect, classification of fishing methods, second fabrication of fishing gears, then materials used for manufacturing of nets and gears, and after these different aspects, classification of fishing methods, fabrication of fishing gears, materials used in manufacturing of fishing, we have studied the important aspect, and that aspect is the care, maintenance and preservation of gears. You have known that these nets, these are to be manufactured, these are to be constructed. It is the time being, more time these are to be required, more than 6 months to 1 year is to be required to manufacture these nets, these gears. And these gears, these nets, these are to be time consuming for preparation, and within short duration, within short period, such nets, such gears, these are to be without preservation, without proper care and maintenance, these are to be damaged, these are to be destroyed. It can be harmful, it can be dangerous for the fish farmer side while fish cultures, because whole year we have earned the earning, and in these earning net which is we have constructed, we have prepared, maximum time, maximum investment, these are to be invested for the preparation of the gears and nets. And suppose within short duration, within short period, such costly and very precious nets, these are to be damaged, these are to be destroyed due to the proper care, due to the proper maintenance, or due to the proper preservation of nets. These nets can be damaged, these are to be destroyed. It is to be not reasonable, it is to be not for the commercial purpose, it is to be not for the, as those are the fishermen or those are the fish farmer, these are to be not reasonable, reliable for the culture, for the fish catching. That's why to keep these nets, these gear in fresh and ready availability for next operation, these nets, these gears after use, these can be washed, these can be cleaned, washed, clean and dried net in a proper preservative, in proper storage. These net can be used next time. Otherwise it can be rotting, it can be withering, it can be foul smell, and when foul smell, rotting, these are to be occur, fishermen is to be unpleasant condition, these are to be not occur, and due to this unpleasant condition, the net is to be not operated, not used by fishermen, and it is damaged, as it is to be thrown away in dustbin. To avoid such condition, care, maintenance and preservation is to be important. In last part we have seen that how this care, maintenance and preservation of rotting materials, we have seen that is last, that is preservation of gears, nets by rotting method, and in this rotting, that is preservation of these nets with dyeing bath, and in this dyeing bath, hot process and cold process, these are to be seen. In this part we have seen the next method, treatment of net or gears with dyeing bath. Those net, those gears, these are to be present, these are to be used for catching, for fishing, these nets, these gear with dyeing bath. This method of treatment is commonly used by fishermen. This method of treatment is commonly used by fishermen, as it is cheap and the materials easily available, The net is dipped in the dyeing bath overnight. Net is to be dipped in Yes, it is to be net is here is yes, that is net is dipped in the dyeing bath overnight. Up to one night, these are to be brought into dyeing bath. Then the net is drained to get rid of excess solution. These after dyeing bath, these are to be drained to get rid of excess solution. Up to short time, 5 to 10 minutes. These are to be hanged. All solution these are to be removed. These are to be drained. After draining the solution, the net is dried in shade. After draining the solution, the net is to be dried in a shade. In a shade, not in a sunlight, but in a shade, in a that is shadow. This net these are to be dried in a shade. Dipping, draining and drying. Dipping, draining and drying is repeated 4 times to get the best result. What is the method for this dyeing bath? When the net these are to be used, these are to be dipped in the dyeing bath overnight. Dipped in the dyeing bath overnight, and this method these are to be after draining. Repeated process these are to be adopted. What is the repeated process? Deep, drain, drying. Deep, drain, drying. Deep, drain, drying. 4 to 5 times these are to be done, and with this 4 to 5 times it is to be give best. Means dipping, draining and drying is a repeated process 4 to 5 times. When it is to be done, it gives the best result. If the dyeing bath is prepared by cold process, the net is dried in sunlight before dipping. Before dipping means when if you have dyeing bath is to be prepared by cold process, by cold method, the net is to be dried in sunlight before dipping this cold process. Through this method of treatment, is cheap. Its main disadvantage is that the process has to be repeated frequently since the tannin dissolve in the water. What is the main advantages? This method is to be cheap and it is to be adopted by fishermen maximum time, but its disadvantages is that the process of this method is repeated frequently since the tannin dissolves in the water. Means up to the tannin dissolved condition, this net is to be deep in penetrated into the tannin solution of the solution dissolved in the water. Up to that time, tannin these are to be removed. From the nets. Tannin fixation. Next method is the tannin fixation. Tannin is fixed by oxidation. Tannin fixation method. In this method, tannin is fixed by oxidation using copper sulfate, using sodium or potassium dichromate. When tannin is fixed by oxidation using copper sulfate, using sodium dichromate or the potassium dichromate. Fixation of copper sulfate is a Dutch method. While that of potassium dichromate is the Japanese origin. Means two methods these are to be done. It is to be performed. Which are these two methods? Fixation of copper sulfate is a Dutch method, while that of the potassium dichromate, copper sulfate method is the method of fixation of tannin by copper sulfate is a Dutch method, and fixation of tannin by potassium dichromate is the Japanese method. Fixation by copper sulfate or a Dutch method. Copper sulfate is dissolved in sufficient water. About 2 to 3 times the weight of the net to form 1% of solution. Copper sulfate is dissolved in sufficient water about 2 to 3 times the weight of the net to form the 1% solution. Then liquid ammonia is added, forming a white precipitate. To form the white precipitate, in this copper sulfate solution, liquid ammonia is to be added. Liquid ammonia is added till the white precipitate dissolves, and the solution turns blue. The tannin treated net is immersed in this solution for oxidation. What is the oxidation? First, fixation by copper sulfate. Copper sulfate dissolved in sufficient water, 2 to 3 times weight of the net. Means suppose weight of the net is to be 5 kg, then water these are to be used, it is to be 2 to 3 times, means 10 to 15 liter, and it is to be prepared solution. It is contains 1% solution. In this copper sulfate solution, add liquid ammonia. Liquid ammonia, when it is to be added liquid ammonia, it forms a white precipitate. Liquid ammonia is added till white precipitate dissolved. Up to the white precipitate dissolving condition in the solution, liquid ammonia these are to be added. Up to the liquid ammonia, it is to be added continuously. Solution become white precipitate to blue. Solution become white precipitate to blue. In this blue solution, the tannin treated net is immersed. Tannin treated net is to be dipped in this solution. It is called as the oxidation of tannin. Oxidation of tannin by copper sulfate solution. The end point is indicated by the change in color. The end point of this tannin is to be indicated by the change in color from the blue to brownish black. After immersing the net in this solution, these solution becomes turn the color. Which color these are to be turned? First the color is to be blue. When the net is to be deep immersed into this solution, color from this solution is to be changed from blue to brownish black. Brownish black. The net is taken out, washed and then dried in shade. After color is to be brownish black, net is to be removed from the solution, taken out, then it is to be washed with fresh water, and after washing it is to be dried in, that is shade. It is to be dried in a shadow, and it is to be not strong light, but it is to be dried in a shade. It is to be dried in a, that is where the shadow is to be occur, where the shadow is to be found. Then second is the fixation by sodium or potassium dichromate. Second method is fixation by sodium or potassium dichromate solution. Fixation by sodium or potassium dichromate. The tannin treated net is dipped in 1% solution of dichromate. The tannin treated net is to be dipped in 1% solution of dichromate for 2 to 3 hours. The net is then taken out. After dipping net into the potassium dichromate, sodium or potassium dichromate solution for 2 to 3 hours. After dipping, immersing these dichromate solution in 2 to 3 hours, the net is taken out, washed and dried in shade. The net is then taken out, washed and dried in shade. Then preservatives. To preserve the net in proper time and by proper method, it is essential to preserve the nets in proper time and proper method. It is essential that the knowledge of such thing is required to preserve the net in proper time and proper method. It is essential that the knowledge of such thing is required. After fishing, these gear can be preserved immediately, because after long time passed, the net becomes damaged or rotting by microbes. Net becomes damaged or rotting by microbes. It is to be done. That's why after immediately nets become damaged or rotting by microbes. Such another various preservatives are used by fishing or fish farmers. Such various or another varieties of preservatives can be used by fish farmers, which are described above as we have described in below fashion or below manner. Tarring. Tar and tar products. Tar and tar products are commonly used as preservatives. The tar is diluted with kerosene. Tar is diluted with kerosene or turpentine in the ratio of 3:1. The tar is diluted with kerosene or turpentine in the ratio of 3:1. The net is dipped in if with sufficient quantity of diluted tar. The net is dipped in. The net is dipped in with sufficient quantity of diluted tar. The net is drained and then dried. Net is drained and then dried in shade. The tar treatment is better suited for nets which remain in water for longer periods. The tar treatment is better suited for nets which remain in water for longer periods and where abrasion is the major cause of deterioration. Where abrasion of the nets, abrasion of the gears is to be occur. This is the major cause to deteriorate, to waste the nets, and due to the abrasion, nets these are to be withered, net these are to be destroyed, net these are to be damaged, or it is to be decomposed. The tar fills up the space between the fibers. The tar fills up the space between the fibers and increases the strength. It also improves the weather and abrasion. This tar also improves the weather and abrasion resistance of the fibers by forming a touch cover. By forming touch cover means tar fills up the space between the fibers and increases its strength. Tar is also improves the weather and abrasion resistance of the fibers by forming a tough cover. The only disadvantages of this tar is it is that increases the weight of the net considerable, making the net is stiff and rigid. What is the disadvantages of this tar? Tarring is to be done, tarring is to be performed. The only disadvantages is that it increases the weight of the net considerable and making the net is stiff and rigid. Making the net is stiff and rigid means tarring is the another product commonly used as preservative. The tar is to be diluted with kerosene or turpentine in a ratio of 3:1. Net is dipped in with sufficient quantity of dissolved diluted tar. The net is drained and then dried in shade. The treatment is better. Tar treatment is better suited for nets which remain in water for longer periods and where abrasion is the major cause of deterioration. The tar fills up the space between the fibers and increases its strength. It also improves the weather and abrasion resistance of the fibers by forming a tough cover. The only disadvantage is that it increases the weight of the net and considerable, and when weight of the net is to be increased, it is to be making to handle as well it is the net is stiff and rigid. Stiff and rigid condition is to be. Then chemical preservatives. The treatment with chemical preservatives is not desirable, especially in tropical conditions, since more chemical decomposition occurs in strong sunlight. Chemical preservative. The treatment with chemical preservatives is not desirable. Chemical preservative is not good. Chemical preservative is not good for preservation of net because the treatment with chemical preservative is not desirable, especially in tropical conditions, since more chemical decomposition occurs in strong sunlight. Strong sunlight, chemical these are to be more, these are to be decomposition, these are to be done. Copper sulfate. The net is dipped in copper sulfate solution 1% in case of fresh water dyeing bath and 3% in the salt water. The net is to be dipped in copper sulfate. Copper sulfate solution is fresh water 1% and the copper sulfate solution is to be prepared 3% in salt water or marine water. It is washed and dried in shade. After preserving copper sulfate, these are to be washed with water and then it is to be dried in shade. Then commercial preservatives. Certain commercial preservatives containing copper like Garnol, the commercial preservatives, these are to be used, but these commercial preservatives, these are to be like that of the copper like Garnol, then Cuprinol. These Garnol and Cuprinol, these are used in some countries, but these are to be high price, high cost, and it is to be not reasonable for the fisherman, for the common fish farmer. That's why these commercial preservative, it is to be used in foreign countries. In our countries it is to be not used. Then withering, prolonged exposure. Withering, झीज ध्वन ज्याला आपण म्हणतो, झीजणे, prolonged exposure to sunlight has a detrimental effect on both natural and synthetic fiber. जर तुम्ही सतत वारंवार हे नेट जर उन्हामध्ये टाकले किंवा तुम्ही जर सनलाईट किंवा लाईटच्या खाली ठेवले तर कालांतराने त्याची काय होते, झीज होते. ए prolonged exposure to sunlight has a detrimental effect on both natural as well as synthetic fiber. This effect can be reduced by coloring using cloth dyes, tarring or tanning. This withering is to be reduced by coloring these nets. This coloring is to be done by cloth dyes. Dyes, those are the color dyes. जे आपण कपड्यासाठी कलर वापरतो, डाईज वापरतो, या डाईजनं नेट कलर करायचे किंवा टारिंग और टॅनिंग. tar is also another material to dyeing the nets. Tar is also another material for dyeing the nets. Means tarring or tanning, these are the material, these are to be used for coloring and these are to be protect the withering. Abrasion is caused by rubbing of threads and component fibers. Abrasion is caused by rubbing of threads and component fibers against one another and against external object. When they come into contact, abrasion can be reduced by tarring. When these abrasion, घर्षण ज्याला आपण म्हणतो, abrasion एकमेकावर जर दोन धागे आपण घासले, एकमेकावर जर दोन घास आपण जर घर्षण केलं तर काय होतं, दोन्हीची झीज होते. कॉन्स्टंट abrasion is caused by rubbing of threads and component fibers against one another and against external object. When they come into contact, of abrasion can be reduced by tarring. Abrasion which is to be reduced by using the tars, using the material. These are the different materials. These are the nets. This is the net. This net, that is specially it is the gill net. This gill net, these are to be used for preservation. This gill net is to be used for the, after using these gill net, these are to be preserved. Proper washing, proper cleaning and proper care should be taken. Then it is to be clean, washed and proper care should be taken. These gill net, these are to be washed clean either in copper sulfate, either in potassium dichromate, sodium dichromate, or either it is to be clean with tannin, it is to be clean with tarrin or different other materials, chemical preservatives or commercial preservatives. These nets, these are to be preserved for long period, and after dipping these nets into a tanning solution, these are to be open spread in shade or it is to be in a dry in shade, because direct sunlight, these are to be affect on these nets and net become damaged, these are to be withered. To avoid this condition, net can be drying in shade, and this is the best and good method to control and to maintain the care of nets, to preserve the nets with sufficient, with suitable method and suitable technique. Hope this method we have understood. With this we have seen here up to the care and maintenance of gears or nets. In next part we have seen the next preservative and next method. Thank you all of you.